Hey guys, it's Jess and I am here to do my June wrap-up. I know what you're thinking, it's pretty late in the month of July to be doing my June wrap-up, and you would be right. And I wasn't gonna do it, but I do plan to film my Booktubeathon TBR video tomorrow, and I just thought, you know, just go ahead and do the wrap-up and then you can move on. I guess it's just the completist in me. So don't worry, this will be a pretty short video because I only read 2 books. The first book that I read was The One and Only by Emily Giffin, and I had to take this back to the library, so I will put a cover of it on the screen. This is a women's fiction novel, and as I've mentioned before, I've read all of Emily Giffin's novels before and really enjoyed them. This particular story centers around Shay Rigsby, and she is obsessed with her local college's football team. And she's actually pretty intimately connected with them because not only is she a huge fan, but she also works for the University Athletics office, and her best friend is the daughter of the head coach. So, I mean, it's just all around her. And basically, something tragic happens in the very beginning, and it sort of stirs everything up for everyone, and specifically for Shay. She just starts seeing things differently and deciding what she wants, and it's hard to go into detail without spoiling, but I really liked it. This is not a book for everyone, I will say that. Judging by the reviews on Goodreads, the reviews are very mixed. They tend to go one way or the other way. One problem that people seem to have an issue with is that there is a lot of football talk. And there would have been a time when that would not have been something that I would be into either. But a couple of years ago, my family and I started playing fantasy football, and I'm pretty competitive, so I got really into it. And now I actually really enjoy watching football, and so the football talk didn't really bother me as much as it probably would have if I had read this book, say, 4 years ago. Another thing that people really didn't like was there is a controversial romance in the book. I kind of understand where they're coming from. I wasn't really sure how I was going to react to it either. I sort of saw it coming and I was like, really? Okay. You know, I wasn't very excited about it, but I don't know. I mean, in the end, it didn't bother me very much, so I guess I got used to it. Basically, it's a May-December relationship. So if that's something that you don't like reading about, then you may want to avoid this book. But I actually ended up really enjoying it, and I gave it 4 stars. Speaking of relationships that are not accepted by everyone, that seems to be kind of a theme this month, I also read Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden, and this is an LGBT YA novel. And I think I've only read, I think this is only my 3rd LGBT novel, but I've wanted to read more because I really like diversity in my books. And this one seemed like a good one to read because it was actually originally published in the early 1980s, so it really was groundbreaking for its time. I believe it is the first YA novel that focuses on a lesbian relationship, and I really enjoyed it. It basically is about 2 girls, Annie, obviously, and Liza, and they meet, they become friends, and then their friendship blossoms into something more. I mean, it is a very simple coming of age, coming to accept your sexuality kind of story. But because of the time that it was written, the couple, obviously, they run into a lot of roadblocks because people were even less tolerant back then than they are now. And so there were certainly parts that were, I mean, just infuriated me and also made me really sad. And I mean, ultimately, it is kind of a heartbreaking story, but the relationship between the girls is really sweet. And I think it was really well done. So I gave this book 4 stars. If you want to read LGBT books, I think this is a good one to start with. And it's also cool if you can get this version. This is the commemorative edition, and there's an interview with Nancy Garden in the back of the book where she talks about, you know, sort of why she decided to write the book and what that experience was like. She also talks about her own personal experiences. She is a lesbian herself, and it was just really fascinating. So yeah, really enjoyed this one as well. So that's it. That was my June wrap up, and like I said, only 2 books, so pretty quick. And tomorrow I am going to be filming my Booktubeathon TBR, so I will see you guys then. Bye!